What is going on, guys? My name is AJ3FIFA and welcome to the third installment of Andy's Auction Advice. Let's get straight into it and kick it off with my trading tip for the day. This tip goes out to all you guys who've been trading along with me and are now looking to spend those hard-earned coins on building a team. A common thing to do when building a team is to pay massively over the odds for the players just because you want to get the team built, and although it's important to get the players in the right formations and there may not be any deals in your formation at the time of building, it's much better to wait maybe an hour, maybe two, until some more come on the market and you can get them at a decent price so that when you do eventually sell on the team, you won't be losing money. You should treat every buy like you're buying to sell, so that when you do eventually sell, you can make a fortune. You can just see in the background that I'm using the stadium method to get myself up from that 6k to that final 10k so that I can start dealing with players. Just something that I forgot to mention yesterday is that an important thing to do when buying stadiums is to only buy the big ones that people go for. So you can see which ones I'm adding to my watch list here. It's the San Siro, the Emirates, Old Trafford, Wembley, the Bernabeu, Camp Nou. These are the most popular stadiums in the game, so these are the ones that you want to deal in. Another important thing that I need to mention before we get into the details of what players to trade and how to do it is that a guy who I've been chatting to recently and getting to know on Twitter, Alp27HD, ran a Twitter competition for 10k and I entered it and I won, so I'm going to donate that 10k to one of you guys to add to your coffers, and hopefully that'll give you the little boost to start off on your trading. More information about that will be available at the end of the episode. Now, these episodes aren't about my trading journey and showing you everything that I buy and sell. So although I show you a few examples, it's more about teaching you guys the skills and techniques that you need to trade. However, if you would like to see a trading journey, please do comment it below or tweet it at me on Twitter. Now that that's out the way, let's move on to how to trade with players. What you need to do is check a player's price on the buy now market and then go out and try and pick them up on the bid market for significantly cheaper enough so that when you sell them on after tax, which I will explain in detail in a minute, you get enough coins to make a decent amount of profit to make it worth your while. Now, EA tax. EA tax is often a big point for confusion, and I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where people attempt to explain it and don't do it very well, or a lot of trading videos where people get confused about the tax and overtax themselves or undertax themselves, or just don't tax themselves at all and say they're making 1,000 profits because they've sold it on for 1,000 extra coins, when in fact they may be only making 500 because they haven't factored in the tax. Tax is actually very simple, and it just takes a few basic math skills or a calculator which can be found on any computer or phone or anything like that. All you need to do is know that you only get 95% of the coins from the final sale value. So if you sell something on for 1,000 coins, you only get 95% of that, which is 950 coins, because EA take 5% of it out to reduce inflation in the market. The easiest way to work out how much you've earned is to simply times what you got by 0.95 on a calculator. So let's take this Theo Walcott as an example. You can see here that I picked him up for 3,000 coins and sold him on for 3,800, but I haven't made 800 coins for myself because I get taxed 5%. So we want to work out how much profit we actually made, so we open up our calculator, you plug in what you got, which was 3,800, you times it by 0.95 to get 95% to get rid of EA's 5%, and then you take off what you originally bought, which was 3,000, you end up with profit of 610 coins. Applying this principle to trade with players is easy. Simply think of a player in a popular league that people are interested in buying and is bought and sold a lot of times and that you've seen when you've been playing FIFA in a lot of teams. You then check his minimum buy now price, either in general or for a formation, and then you times it by 0.95 to find out how much you'll get after tax when you sell him on. Now all you need to do is search the bid market and try and pick him up for less than that value, and then when you sell him you'll make some profit. Now you guys know how to trade, it's time for that big question: who do I trade with? And I've drawn up a squad here on Foothead to show you guys the players that I think it's best to trade with when you're first starting out. I was trying to use the ones that go for like 1,000, 2,000 coins last night, but found to my dismay that at that price, when the whole world can outbid you, it's literally impossible to pick them up. So before we move on to the giveaway, let's just take a quick look at this team and I'll let you guys know why I think these players are good to trade with. Whenever you're trading, you need players that are popular and will be bought and sold a lot of times throughout the day. When you start off, you need players like this that are also cheap, but you don't want them to be so cheap that anyone with a few hundred coins can outbid you. So players like Ashley Cole, Juan Mata, Petr Cech, David Luiz, people like that are really good. When you get a little bit more, you can move on to players like Nasri and Van der Vaart and Kaka. And then when you start to get even more coins, people like Tevez and Maicon are absolutely perfect. You guys aren't stupid though, so I'm sure there's a lot of players that you'll be able to think of that are in a lot of people's teams and don't cost too many coins. Now that we've done the advice, let's move on to the giveaway. Today's question is in relation to today's piece of advice, wasting money. What I want to know is, in real life, what player do you think has been the biggest waste of money? Answer in the comment box, and the one that entertains me the most will win the coins that I won off Alp. I've been AJ3FIFA, thanks for watching guys, do be sure to follow me on Twitter, subscribe and stay tuned for more.